Hello, I'm Mitra Sorrells in the PhocusWire studio at Phocuswright Europe, and I am joined by Mathew. He is CEO of Trusted Housesitters. Welcome.
Thank you.
So Mathew, tell us a little bit, first of all, about Trusted Housesitters.
So Trusted Housesitters is a subscription marketplace that solves the biggest problem associated with pet ownership, which is, I want to go away on vacation. How can I make sure my pet's going to be happy while I'm away? And we solve it by turning it into incredible travel experiences for pet-loving travellers.
Yeah, it definitely makes it easier to enjoy your time away when you know your pet is taken care of.
Exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah, for many pet owners, over time they've grown super close to their pets. There's almost half of pet owners find it more difficult to leave their pets than their partners when they go away. So it's a real source of anxiety for a lot of owners worldwide.
And so this is a subscription service for the pet owners. Just tell me a little bit about how that's set up.
Yeah, sure. It's quite a unique business model actually, because it's based on a value exchange. So pet owner and a pet sitter both sign up for an annual fee that gives them unlimited access to the platform. After that, they both find a match, but the actual sit takes place on the basis of, as I said, a value exchange. So the pet owner offers up the use of their house and the companionship of their pet in exchange for incredible pet care. The sitter offers up their time and care in exchange for a unique homestay. And of course, the pets get 24/7 one-on-one care. So it's kind of everyone's happy.
And so, obviously the name Trusted Housesitters, so the piece of the trust is very important. Tell us a little bit about how you're vetting the sitters.
Yeah, so all sitters have to undergo ID checks. In the US, they undergo background checks, and they provide references to join the platform. And then we have a very comprehensive review system as well. So after a sitter's taken place, both sides review each other, quite often stay friends.
Yeah.
And then sitters accumulate trust equity that way. They can also post their social media profiles, and they apply to the owner to be their sitter.
Okay.
And so part of that application process is is establishing the trust as well. We provide facilities for owner and sitter communication pre-sit. So there's a whole sort of range of things that we do in order to enable that trust to be established between the owner and the sitter.
And you are based in?
We're based in Brighton, UK,
okay.
But we're actually a remote business. We work remotely, so we now have teams across the world.
Yeah, so I'm curious. I know you've been growing in the US. Tell us a little bit about how you're doing that.
Yeah, sure. So we just hit 100,000 members worldwide, which we're really delighted with, and that's kind of double the number that we had during the pandemic. US is our biggest market now. We have 40% of our members are based in the US.
Okay.
And we're then in 130 countries across the world.
And so where do you see your future growth coming from?
So we've taken a real sort of US first mentality.
Okay.
So we're a UK business. We don't actually have a physical presence in the US, but we've scaled in a couple of different ways. So we said, right, we really want to focus on the US as being a big market. Between the UK and the US, there's 100 million households own pets. So that was a big one for us. When we did our recent fundraise, one of our investors was a US entrepreneur who joined our board, and so he's been super helpful in short-circuiting some of those decisions. But we've also harnessed the power of our membership. So we've got some amazing members worldwide who are sort of kind of super users,
right.
Who use the platform a lot and now really help us to spread the word in local communities by running local events and being like real ambassadors for us.
And so tell me the markets that you're in right now, or the regions.
So US is number one,
yep.
40%. UK is about 30%, Australia about 10%, and then we've got a long tail of about 120 other countries, mostly with English-speaking expats, but across the world.
And so tell us a bit about, ultimately this is about travel experiences,
Sure.
right? So tell me a little bit about how it's a unique model for that.
Well, if you think about it, if you're a pet lover, what better way to spend some leisure time than to go to an actual house somewhere that's a living and breathing house, and looking after a lovely pet, whether it's a dog or a cat or chickens or birds. There's so many different pets that are on the platform, and the real sort of authenticity that you get out of that. So first of all, you're going to a proper home. You're not kind of displacing a local community. You're not contributing to over tourism, but also the experience that you're getting. You're living quite literally that owner's life. So if you're looking after a dog, then the owner might say, "Here's the walk I go on." You take the dog on the walk. You meet the owner's friends because obviously they all recognise the dog.
Yeah.
You immediately establish a local friendship group, and you're living a proper life in a different place.
Yeah. There really are chickens?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, chickens, alpacas, budgies, fish, all sorts. Yeah.
Wow,
Pets. There's hundreds of different types of pets.
That's fascinating. And so I'm just curious. Before we wrap up, do you have any competitors in this space, or like?
We're the only global marketplace of its kind. We have a couple of smaller regional competitors who operate on a single country basis, but nobody else does vacation pet care the way that we do.
Okay, wonderful. Well, it's really interesting to learn about that. So, Mathew Pryor, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.